Today, Kevin and I are going to be trying the Cheesecake Factory at Home. This is the Grand Cheesecake Selection. This is a 1 pound, 4 ounce box, 567 grams. It says 6-inch cake, 8 pre-sliced servings, 2 slices of 4 flavors. And then it says not actual size.
I hope that's not the actual size.
Yes, this was $18.99 at Publix. And the reason we bought this because yes, if you're thinking you've reviewed a lot of those flavors, yes we have, but this is a different collection, and so I figured you would want to see inside the box, see how big it is, see how it comes. It doesn't look like there's a piece of cardboard under there, so I'm thinking I better just pull it out on this plate. Was there a piece of cardboard? No, I don't think there was. Well, maybe. Was there a piece of cardboard? Yes, there is a piece of cardboard. Okay, so there's a piece of cardboard on the bottom. Right here, can you see that? Mm-hmm. And then these are separated individually with little pieces of paper. So you could easily pull this out like this, and look at this. Is that not so cute? So the flavors that we have, right here, we have a white chocolate raspberry truffle cheesecake. And I'm just gonna grab this, and let's see how much raspberry we get. Okay.
Decent swirl.
There's the raspberry. And then we have a chocolate mousse cheesecake, which is this one. I think these are adorable. They're like mini, like you could have a tea party. A little tea party.
Bet you're not many calories though.
I bet they're not. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then we have a strawberry topped. Make sure I don't get chocolate on it. Okay. I love how they give you a nice thick layer of strawberry. And then we have a Snickers bar. Snickers bar chunks and chocolate is what it says. So 3 of these have like a chocolate base, and then one of them, the strawberry, is the only one that has like the golden base. So if you are a loyal viewer, then you have heard us review some of these before, but there are people who are just clicking on the video for the very first time and they've never seen any of those other reviews. So we're gonna talk about these just like and try them like we've never tried them before. And these are gonna be a little, or at least the raspberry, I can tell you the raspberry is gonna be different because the last time we had one of their raspberry cheesecakes, it did not have much raspberry in it.
It was all in the center. I mean, at the very end, that was it.
Yeah, this has a lot more, so this will be different. It says there are 8 servings in the container. 1 slice is 250 calories.
You know, that's not as bad as I thought.
No, so this little baby slice, that's what I would consider these.
That's a little bit more than a candy bar, so I mean, that's
I think these
decent.
are adorable. I think it would be awesome if you could
kind of party.
Well, if you could go into the Cheesecake Factory, you know, you could go in there and buy minis. Yes, if they had a mini pumpkin pie or the mini peppermint or the mini whatever. Yeah, that Adam's peanut butter ripple that I love.
And you can buy like 6 or 8 for a certain price.
Yes,
or something.
they would be smart to start selling minis. I really do like this idea. Okay, so this says thaw under refrigerated conditions. So we bought these frozen at Publix. They were in the frozen section with ice cream and all that. And we thawed them in the refrigerator the night before we knew we wanted to do this review. So they are manufactured by the Cheesecake Factory in Calabasas Hills, California. www.cheesecakefactory.com. Okay, so what do you want to try first?
It doesn't matter.
There's no description here. If you go to the Cheesecake Factory website, there's a whole section of just cheesecakes. It's magnificent reading. And yes, and I'm sure I almost positive they give a really nice detailed description of each one. They don't do that on the box, so I don't have that for you. Do you want to try?
Probably the plainest one's going to be the strawberry one because it's regular cheesecake.
You take the first bite this time because the last review we did of the Cheesecake Factory, I took the first bite of every one. I'm going to let Kevin do it this time.
There's so much strawberry, I don't think it matters. They put a really nice coating of strawberry. Mm-hmm. Almost all the way back. Mm-hmm. That's so good. If I was eating it for a snack, I would eat much smaller bites.
Yes.
For the review, I'm taking bigger bites.
It really does have a very generous layer, even though it looks thin on top. It's such a bold flavor.
Yeah, it's full of flavor.
That you don't need it to be any thicker because it's just the perfect balance of strawberry.
Yep.
And then the cheesecake is very sweet. And I do like that crust as well.
Yeah, the crust is nice. It's not, I'm sure it's like a graham cracker crust, but it doesn't come across as graham crackery, you know, like when you make it home.
I don't think so either. It's not as, when you buy them out of the freezer like this, it's not as crumbly, crunchy.
Yeah, they're softer.
Is when you make it, when you make it at home, it's more crumbly, and you actually get like the little granules of graham cracker.
Yeah, this is not like that.
No, this is more. I hate to say pasty, but it's just stuck together more.
No, that's good. But I like it, and I like the cheesecake flavor too.
So you want to do the chocolate?
Sure.
This chocolate is called Chocolate Mousse Cheesecake. I'm sure we've reviewed it at some point.
Very creamy, very rich. That one is not as dark as some of the other ones we've had.
No.
I like that one much better.
I do too. And I tell you what makes the difference too. On the top, you probably saw when I took them out of the box, there were little like flakes
like
of chocolate, like shavings. Yes, shavings of chocolate. Those are milk chocolate, or they taste like milk chocolate, and they're sweet. They add texture, but they also add a sweetness to it. This one is much sweeter than we reviewed the Godiva, and the Godiva was actually bitter. This is not bitter at all.
If you try the crust, I did the back, so I got a lot of that crust.
Right.
The Godiva crust was very dark. This one's not. It's not sweet necessarily, but it's not as bitter dark either. It's much better.
The Godiva was just so bitter.
It was dark. It's good. I like the chocolate. I like the strawberry better, but I do like the chocolate.
Yes, this chocolate is one that I would get again. Whereas the Godiva, I wouldn't get again.
Probably not. Not if it's that dark, because it was bitter dark. But if you like dark chocolate and you like that bitterness, you would love it. But it just wasn't for us.
And that chocolate, you would never know that you're eating cheesecake.
No.
I do have to say that because I know when our son would always say, "Oh, I don't like cheesecake. I don't like it." And he's used to like a tangy cheesecake. These, when you get a flavor, like when you get chocolate, or when you get like the Adams peanut butter, or like the Snickers.
I don't even think the strawberry was really that strong cheesecake.
No, this is, even if you don't like cheesecake, you should give the Cheesecake Factory a try before you say that.
Yeah.
Because this is not like other cheesecakes.
Yeah, it's not that, it doesn't have that tangy cream cheese. I mean, it does have a cream cheese flavor, but it's not as like much.
So let's
like
try the Snickers next.
Okay.
This one was called Snickers Bar Chunks.
It does have pieces of like Snickers on top, it looks like. Get a little bit of that peanut. I get more peanut than anything. Maybe a touch of caramel, but mostly peanut. I think they would have had to have drizzled caramel on top of it to really get a caramel flavor, but it has a nice peanut flavor.
I agree. To me, it's not enough flavor. And the big version might be different, but at least with this little mini version, I honestly wouldn't know it was Snickers.
No, they could have literally sprinkled crushed up peanuts on top and it would have had the same effect. Really.
Yeah, it just doesn't have enough of anything. I don't think it tastes bad.
No, it's still good.
There's nothing bad about it. And I do get that chocolate crust flavor. It's still, there's no tang to it or anything like that.
No, it's still good.
But it's not bad. I just wouldn't know it was Snickers.
No,
so,
it's only a slight step up from a plain cheesecake.
Yes. So I expected a lot more than what it gave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Now the last one is the white chocolate raspberry truffle.
Make sure I get some raspberry and stuff. See, one side you can't hardly see it at all, but the other side has tons. See what, when you get the raspberry, you really taste it. I like that, the little bit of white chocolate shavings in there too.
These shavings add so much.
I think that cheesecake tastes different too.
So the shavings, even though you would think, oh, they just put those on there to be pretty. Because I can tell you, cookies, I think when cookies, it adds a little bit of a texture to it, but it doesn't add, those sprinkles don't add flavor. These shavings actually add to the texture and the flavor. So it's not just to be pretty. It actually, like, so that chocolate one, those was delicious milk chocolate shavings. The white chocolate shavings, they're kind of thick, kind of like when you grate cheese and you get that thick, like Tillamook coarse cheese. That's what that white chocolate was like. Yeah.
It's really nice. And it does add that white chocolate flavor. Try just a bite of just the cheesecake if you can, with no crust or anything.
Well, good luck to me then. Okay,
Yeah, I think you
here we
do.
go.
I think the cheesecake has a different flavor because it tastes almost like a white chocolate kind of flavor. I could be completely wrong, but it kind of adds a different flavor.
It does seem sweet.
Yeah,
it seems very
sweet.
Seems sweeter. I like that one quite a bit.
Yeah. The only one that really is kind of like disappointing is the Snickers, only because there's really not a lot there. I wish they'd gone with the cheesecake was flavored. Like if they'd put some peanuts in the cheesecake or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they just took a regular cheesecake and then put some stuff on top. It just wasn't enough. It's not that it was bad. It just, if they hadn't have put the Snickers name on there, we wouldn't have had, our expectations wouldn't have been so high.
Right.
But they did. So you're expecting a lot when it says Snickers. The one that I would get again though, and the last time we reviewed the Cheesecake Factory at Home, I said this, I would get the strawberry for sure.
I would get strawberry.
I would get the strawberry again.
Strawberry would be my number one. Raspberry would be my number two though.
Raspberry would be my number two.
I like the chocolate.
I like that chocolate one a lot.
Yeah.
I really do. And I'm a raspberry fan.
I think just because the raspberry one's sweeter than the chocolate one.
Yeah, I do like I would probably do the same thing.
Yeah. They're all good though.
Right. But like I said, they have so many to choose from, and if you've not tried it, then you should, because it's not your traditional cheesecake for sure, and they have enough flavors to where there's something for everybody. But I do think they ought to do minis. I think they ought to offer minis in the restaurant when you're sitting there. Think about it. If you're at a table with 8 people, you could just order, like you order an appetizer platter at the beginning. You could order a dessert, like whatever you want to call that, a dessert sampler. Yeah, a dessert sampler of all these. It would be adorable. It would just be cute.
Because I know sometimes after I eat, I don't want that huge cheesecake. It's too big for me.
Yeah, but this way everybody can try a piece of something. I just think it's a really good idea. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and now if you see these in Publix or wherever, you'll know what you get in the box. Yep. So we'll have pictures for you at the end, and thanks for watching.